We are at the home of Jim Canellis, a neighbor of my friend Chris Wachowiak. I got it right. So we're going to tour this gentleman's garden in, is this technically point or plover?
Whiting.
Whiting, and Whiting. And a lot of hostas. That's the one thing in Wisconsin, there's a lot of shade, so almost everybody has hostas. And how many varieties are there? Maybe 1,000?
Oh, that's a lot. Hundreds.
Oh my gosh, what a beautiful backyard. Wow. You wouldn't know all of this is here from...
See, I usually do his
Where do you start?
fall cleanup. I'll go this way. I do
Okay.
his fall cleanup. By the time I come down here, most of this stuff is all wilted and everything is gone. So I don't get down here during the summer much.
They call that a gazing ball, or
Yeah.
kind of neat. Wow. That's ever nice. Here we have a greeter at the door. Little artwork, little fountain. Very soothing. So we probably walk around that way and then...
Well, yeah, we'll go. There's little paths going all the way.
Okay. Oh, that's kind of neat. All kinds of little ornaments hanging, and I go kind of slow so I can capture everything.
And this year, like I said, it's been so unusually dry.
Oh, it is, yeah.
So his water system hasn't been catching out here, so the ferns have drooped down, and
But he doesn't have a pond like you've got. Yeah, it sure is dry this year.
usually he's taken down quite a few feeders, but he used in the winter and that he'll have all kinds of bird feeders up and lots of birds. You know, I tried getting a few of the larger leaf ones going. I had something like this was called like Summon Substance, and I don't know what it was. It's just like it was there, and then it kept getting smaller and smaller. You treat them like everybody else, and I don't know.
Boy, these are beautiful.
Some are just difficult.
I don't think you can kill a hosta, can you?
Well, eventually, like those big ones, for me, it died off.
Really?
Again. But there's a place out on where my sister's is. It's called the Hosta Stop.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that.
And they have tons. When you talk about the hundreds of varieties, I don't know if you'd want to stop out there too, because just to see it, some of the growing area. I mean, they have areas planted where you see the mature plants, and then they have an area off to the side that they sell all the individual plants.
Yeah.
So
I think the friend I stay with, Neil, he and his wife years and years ago went over there and bought some hosta. They said it was just fantastic.
I bought a few, was it last year? Just a few. My brother came from Minnesota, and I said, well, you want to see this place? I told him about it. So then he ended up buying a whole bunch of stuff from them, taking a carload back to Minnesota with him.
They're not mail order though, they're just...
No, they, in fact, if they don't have the plant that you want, they'll go out and cut it off and dig it off the mature plants. Because they got the planting areas.
Yeah.
And they'll pot it up, and it's a really, I mean, they do it all the time. So that's what he did. That one time he said, oh, I want some of these really big ones and that. And so he went back then afterwards and got the plants after they had cleaved off their pieces, and they do a nice little thing. They'll take a little plastic strap, and they'll tie it around the thing so it's stays upright and not floppy, because when you cut off a piece, it's not as how it was in the ground.
Oh yeah, yeah. Ooh, a lot of work.
Oh yeah.
That's all I look at is all the work involved, but it's a labor of love. That's the way I look at it. It's ever neat.
I was helping in front the last. I was
Walk
cutting
back
grass, and then I was weeding that one large area, and then I just finished today. This morning I went and got some more bags of bark, and I spread it around there, so it looks a little bit more finished.
That's a nice, cozy place to relax.
So far, yeah. So far, these mosquitoes this year have been almost non-existent.
Yeah, really. Other years, it's like, where's the spray can?
And even with my pond and my little pool and that, I got to use those little mosquito dunks.
Oh yeah.
For wherever there's not a fish, I put a little piece in there, and that takes care of the water for quite some time. No mosquitoes. It's a biological thing.
Yeah, it can be kind of nasty. Wisconsin is infamous for the state bird being the mosquito. But, and of course, in New Mexico, we don't have hardly any. This is unusual, too. This is really pretty.
I have.
I saw you had one of those. What is that?
Oxalis.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I was going to
And,
say because it looks like.
And mine came from. It appeared in my compost pile in my back corner.
Really?
It was just like one little purple leaf came up, and I was just like, I said, "What is that?"
So you let it
And I said, "Well,
grow.
let me get out because it's like right in the middle of my pile."
Yeah.
And I brought it in, and it started growing another leaf, and another leaf. I said, "It looks like a big version of clover."
Another one here. Yeah, it does.
And
look at the.
So then I looked it up, and I was like, "Oh," because there's other versions you could buy. Like we can leave that way too, or if you want to double.
Oh, I want to go back and see the other. Yeah.
So then, come like St. Patrick's Day, they'll sell the green version that has like a two-tone. It'll be like a little bit darker green and a
Okay,
lighter
so
green.
some varieties of it.
And then there's a plain green one.
What in the world is that? Herbs, parsley. This is nice here, the shady.
And my plant is, let's see, must be its third year. Probably its third year.
What are these? I like that. I thought I had something like that at one time, and I can't remember what it was.
I don't know on that one.
Over the years, I've had so many plants, and they come and go. And
How's your day going?
pretty good. Beautiful day.
Yeah, that is a fact.
These are interesting.
I forget what it's called. I have some of them. There's two versions. There's there's a big leaf purple one,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's this one, but they flower different, but they're in the same kind of family. This one flowers tall, whereas the one that has the purple leaves has like a yellow, like daisy-like thing. And that one flowers later.
Yeah, we know what that is.
That's different. No, I don't know what that is.
With the real.
I was going to say lamb's ear, but no, I don't think so.
Yeah, it is with that real smooth leaves.
Well, the lamb's ear that I knew had bigger, elongated. They weren't pointy like that.
Yeah,
These are
just a different variety of it. Nice and relaxing back here. That's an interesting tree. My nephew would know all about trees. He's a tree person. Very good. I always like water. Water fountains. So now I am at Chris Wachowiak's sister's house, Linda, which is in Plover. And we will take a tour here in front and in back. And she's got quite a large pond here, so we'll take a look. Pines over here in the shade, and then some ferns, and really beautiful place. And some interesting lilies. Wow, this is really nice. There's some interesting looking Asiatic lilies here, really pretty. And planters, a lot of bright colors. And the water is recycled from down in the pond and brought back up here. Nice entrance there. Here we are in the back of Linda's house, and some little features, garden features there. Little flag, nice backyard.
So I thought maybe I could dig up that one if Diane wants that one, but although
That's different.
that viola has a bigger flower. Yeah, so
I like the pigs.
I know, yeah.
So you got a project, all new stairs, huh?
Yeah, we have to replace the steps and we're gonna change
Oh, this is
that.
so nice out here.
We're gonna change that,
I said I like that color combination in that hanging pot there, that
Ooh, isn't it?
orange with the pinky.
yeah. I wish it had just a little bit more of the yellow, and there's only a couple little pieces of yellow in there. But that's the best way to make
And here we go, a nice feature. A couple rabbits. A nice little shed out here. Bird feeders, bird bath. Real cute. And a new way of potted plants.
We always had it from here, and it's run all nice. That's about the so we got antenna one time from the Persian manufacturer, and that was different when we planted it up front. It grew up and then out. So we could
White with yellow and yellow and that color, and I think there's another different color. I only bought it at one time and I had to do the front box, but I was just like, it did so everything made the overpowering.
This is where I want to put that Northern guy from the Easter Isle thing, the one that's over at TNT Ornament.
Oh, you still eyeing them up?
I still, every time I go by, that's where I want them. And I figure they could deliver them, just come right in here and put them right there. Oh my goodness. Yes, I know. But I think I might try putting a couple ferns, like 3 ferns in here and 3 over there, small ones next year.
Well, I got the, I think it's the lady fern, the one that grows, not the knob, that grows.
Now that's an interesting bird bath. Very pretty. Wow. And fuchsia in the middle.
Next year, I definitely, I'll do the fuchsias down there. I'm going to write that down and then back to the green.
These are beautiful.
I know, well, I read they didn't say something like that.
Stella d'Oro lilies. Very popular, very beautiful. Always July. And here's some more daylilies here, which will be in the future.
I know they like shade, actually.
Yeah.
And here we are at my friend Chris Wachowiak house in Whiting, Wisconsin. So we're going to look at his garden and start out in front. These beautiful, is this a spruce, would it be? Blue spruce?
Yeah, it's a dwarf variety.
Dwarf variety, yeah. And Stella d'Oro.
That's been there at least 30 years.
Oh yeah, it's quite old. You never have to prune it, or?
Well, a little bit.
A little bit.
I'll just take off a little bit of
Yeah,
the tops.
but it's not really a rapid grower, so.
And that's a blue spruce there, and it's that one. It hasn't grown very much in all these many years.
In all the
I've
years.
trimmed it, and but I could reach before.
Are these hardy, these Opuntia? Or do you take them in?
They stay in the garage in the winter.
Oh, so they're out in unheated garage. No, they last pretty good then.
One flower opened up there,
Oh yeah,
but there's still one,
typically
two,
yellow.
3 to go. Well,
Yeah.
She has some over there by her mailbox.
Okay.
They flowered, opened, and they were done.
Yeah. Yeah, I had some up at the farmhouse, and
I take a pliers and I sit there with pliers and I pull the weeds out. along
oh
those
yeah,
pliers
yeah.
there.
These tomatoes are huge. You get pretty good tomatoes out
You
of
can see
them.
them in there growing already.
Oh yeah.
See the green. Yeah.
Man alive.
And
You just get the small
there's bigger
plants.
ones.
and-
See the bigger ones there?
Oh yeah.
These were all grown from seed. At one tomato, remember I told you my brother bought her 2 patio ones?
Yeah.
Well, there were 2 different varieties, and this one was probably the most delicious tomato I've had in a long time.
Yeah, right.
And I said, okay, I'm going to save the seeds for this. And it says an heirloom variety too. It was called Cherokee Red, I think it was.
Hmm.
And it was a very dark red, almost to the like a
Really?
maroon color.
Boy, they're so tall. Ooh, wow.
Well, you imagine in the ground, you know, there'd be
Well, yeah.
that's wrong,
Yeah.
like,
Lots of color. Lots of color. Even milkweed. Hooray! Milkweed for the monarchs. I see you got some milkweed. Yeah.
yeah, in fact, I was surprised that one day when I was coming around the corner, I said, hey, there's a monarch on it. So yeah, they were here.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if they did anything or not.
We've got a ton of them by us, just growing everywhere out along the road and in back of Neil's house.
And I grow them. I let them grow for specifically because
Yeah.
but I never see the leaf munched on.
No,
So
but they're here if they come.
yeah,
Oh man, I got a good fragrance.
I know. That's
Must be, is that phlox?
well,
or?
it's a combination. I mean, they smell good.
Yeah. Oh, I never knew that. Yeah, they do.
There's a
Wow, they
Stilby.
smell good.
The Stilby has a little bit of a smell.
Yeah, it's probably
These
those
I-
I'm
these I
smelling.
don't think have much smell to them.
I didn't realize they had a fragrance. I never smelled
no,
them.
That's one of the reasons I said they draw the butterflies and bees and.
Oh yeah.
and
You don't use this gate much. I can see that
No,
because
no.
they're growing right through.
I plan on fixing that. I have an idea what I want to do. It's just, and this is Joe Pye weed. That's how this other tall stuff. This, that. When those flower, that's a mauve clusters,
Oh,
little flowers. And
these
again,
these here.
no, that's milkweed. This
Oh,
is,
that's
this Is the Joe
milkweed.
Pye.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Those there. And it kind of moves around because there used to be some tall ones here. And so then those have decided to pop up over that way. And I have a wisteria too. It actually flowered decent this year, the first time.
And a Stilby's conglomeration of things. This looks like. Is this
Well, that's
like a bleeding heart?
Yeah, it's mixed in there.
Yeah. And some chives.
Yep. This was the first year that it actually flowered nice. The evening primrose.
Oh yeah,
Usually
evening
the
primrose.
stupid
Yeah.
rabbits would find it and chew it off. It would be just like a little cluster, and then, so at least I knew it had yellow flowers. I got a weed in here. There's
So these are coming yet.
yeah. And the idea too was to get these chopped out and replace them with some nice bushes, because these have all gotten out of my dad had planted those, and
Did he?
he had never trimmed them, so they kept growing up. If you trim them, you could probably kept them a few years shorter.
Yeah.
But once they get to a certain point, they get the long stem, it's just like an umbrella.
Yeah.
Everything's on top and nothing underneath.
Yeah, so you can't really do any trimming. Continuing in the backyard.
It's kind of a mess.
Well. In a wren house.
I kept thinking that there was a wren in there. Well, what I want to redo is
Oh, your bonsai.
over here, where I have hostas, there's this one section here where it's just lily of the valley. And there's some
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to fix this up, add some more dirt here, and bring some of the other hostas that I got over here and replant this area here. And this is an attempt to kind of control the spring melt, because this would just flood over here, and I was trying to get some water. It worked quite a bit. The water would go down here quite a bit.
Oh, okay.
Because everyone since let's see, they built up their yard that was all added with dirt. These houses that Paul built in back here, they have brought in all kinds of fill.
Oh, did they?
At some time too in the past, he straightened out his lawn and brought in a bunch of fill. So we're the low point.
Okay.
So when it melts off,
I can see, yeah, it's a little bit higher.
all water trickles in here. Anyway, this is that one variety that is the really good grower. See how they're coming through here.
Oh, yeah,
down
they're coming
here.
through the...
And
You can replant them.
it all started off with this one spot back here. And I always keep taking it off on the back side here because the sprinkler head will tear up a bunch of the leaves.
Okay.
So I'm going to take off a bunch back over here again. And so every spot that you see that I've got it here, over there, over there. It's the best hosta.
Oh, I gotta go along here. Just begonias.
Weeds. I had saved my begonia bulbs, and of all those, like this one, it didn't survive.
No.
So I'm going to move some of these bulb pots now over there because I know some of them are staying small over there. Last year they did pretty good. I had a lot of nice flowers.
All of mine survived the winter, and they're all growing up at Neil's place. I found the perfect place in the basement, in a window, and I use shredded paper from a shredder to fill in around it to keep the moisture down, and they came through perfect. Just use shredded paper.
I just laid it with newspaper on mine. I would do so many, put a layer of newspaper.
But the shredded kind of lets some of the air so they won't. So now I'll kind of walk around.
What I got to do now, it happened in the last couple of days, is I got to clean my fish filter down there. It's getting dirty. So that the flow of the water up out of the fountain is slow.
I really like the GoPro camera because it's got stabilizer in it, so when you walk you don't get any bouncing.
There's a squirrel. He's biting off of one of these trees. I think my little camera too, it probably has some kind of a stabilizing thing, because I know I walked around before and it's
pretty steady.
Yeah.
Some people just use a gimbal with a regular camera. It kind of absorbs some of the, but it's not as good as, you know, electronically doing it. And there's the little goldfish. I don't know if you can see them through the reflection, but anyway.
There's like 40 of them in there.
Yes, just as I remember, about 6-7 years ago.
Because the sprinkler head is right behind the fountain there, it blocks the water right here. If I don't get any rain soon, I gotta start bringing my sprinkler on a hose and bring them out here. Probably tomorrow.
It sure is dry. Wow.
Even when we had that little rain a few days ago, it brought things right away. It flushed back up. But then it got hot again, and so.
No, the times I've been here, it has never been this dry.
And it's weird because there's one sprinkler head right over there by the big tree, and this stuff gets wet over here. I see the stuff water, but it's just not enough.
It just soaks it up. And there's some hostas, nice ones, hiding in there.
Yeah. Like I said, the sprinkler hits, it's like a line. It hits as far as that hosta there and somebody over there.
And that's it. Yeah.
And I know everything is wet, but then it's just like dry immediately.
Is it the color of these? Is kind of this?
They're stunted. This year they're usually like about this tall.
Yeah.
But again, the water system is right there. It does hit them. And this is a little, it's called the Star Magnolia.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There's over where I'm doing the work. She has a good size one. It's beautiful. And this is a Japanese iris here.
Yeah, it's pretty.
It's a late bloomer. Usually the iris are all done already.
Yeah.
And I was supposed to have a bunch more of it, but it didn't survive in the winter.
Now what is this? Wow.
That is called spider lily.
Okay.
This is the first year it flowered. It's already passed. It had there was one here and there was one over here, and it have flower about like that big, white, and they were like a daylily, only white with it was pointing out.
Oh, okay.
Longer. It was pretty. I found out after doing more reading about it, it likes to be wet.
Oh,
So that's why it's in a pot.
Okay.
I put a big plastic sheeting underneath it.
Underneath
So whatever water, it's most likely stays in there because the water system is right here. And it would probably grow like on the edge of a pond, where it's a natural pond. It would have access to water.
do good at your sisters.
Those are bulbs, actually. When you dig them up, they look like onions, shallots.
Oh, okay.
And they're last year they were a decent size, they were good sizing. I just bought one or two packages before. There was just like a few in each package.
Really?
And I did more reading after been growing them.
And you've got an euphorbia out here. I know that doesn't stay out all year.
You know, some goes downstairs, some goes in the patio. Downstairs underneath the plant lights. They see the bugs got a little bit crazy. Actually, before I could come out here and everybody would leave me alone, but
Well, it's because it's cloudy.
like these sedums, these go in the garage. Those go in the garage. This one goes downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
That
And
one
this one.
was actually, I got that at the compost yard. Somebody had thrown that out.
Really?
It was like a small plant.
Agave.
And it was like it had just a few little roots on it, and it was just like, well, it looks like it's okay.
Wow.
So I potted it up. It's been a couple years now already. It's getting little shoots on the sides.
And a Worthia, or it could be Gasteria.
I got the tag
Haworthia.
in there. I left the tag in that one over there.
Yeah.
It's getting a little flower stuff.
Oh yeah.
It's a tiny little pale.
Oh yeah, they're not
Pale little pink
significant.
flower.